Summit is a great group of powerful chiropractors from all over the world that have come to share chiropractic, the principles, the practice, the technique, to ensure that chiropractic flourishes and grows throughout Australia and every other continent.
IN8 Summit, this is about dedicating yourself to chiropractic and get the message going. I think it's about bringing chiropractic alive, like here in Australia, and realizing what we can do with the people out there. They're all waiting to hear about chiropractic. And besides that, it's not just about taking chiropractic out in the public and everything else you want to do. We want to reach the hearts and minds of the chiropractors here in Australia.
The Innate Summit is everything vitalistic, everything philosophical, everything artistic that doesn't currently exist in the other seminars within Australia. So we're just offering a different dimension to the chiropractic world.
Because people didn't come from the way I was dressed. They came because I offered something different. When Mayo Clinic years and years.
The reason it's so important to be here, chiropractors need to unite and have their power expressed so that they can take chiropractic to all their patients and actually change the health of the world through that chiropractic adjustment, the most powerful thing we have.
It's about chiropractic. See, for me, any place where they're going to be talking about chiropractic, I want to be there and involved in it. And I know back home when we'd have meetings, we always had philosophy meetings, we'd have all the different things like this. The chiropractors like to get at least once a month, talk about chiropractic, talk about what we're doing, you know, mastermind the idea. So this is a great venue, you know, like once a year you come together, this is like, wow. And you know, you bring some top people in, you know, and you start to find your rising stars you got in Australia. You got some really dynamic chiropractors here. And they can come together and start, you know, sharing ideas and things. It's dynamite. And to me, it's like, if you're in chiropractic, you really wouldn't live staying home. You need to be here.
One of the ways of reducing that expression is through what we call subluxation, which is just part of our lexicon. It's no magic word or anything. It's just the spinal bones moving out of place, interfering with the flow of communication from the brain to the rest of the body.
The Innate Summit this time next year is going to be the biggest, baddest, coolest, vitalistic chiropractic event that Australia has ever seen. We've got some world-class speakers that have been all around the world talking about chiropractic, talking about the history of chiropractic, talking about chiropractic philosophy, talking about things that we don't typically talk about here in Australia. And we're not bound to any political bodies, we're not bound to any other organisations, so we can just have a bit of fun, enjoy, share some stories, and grow and learn together. That's our aim.
And to be honest, all of the speakers that we've picked are hand-picked. It's not those guys selling a product, it's those guys that have given us way more than we could ever expect. And to have them on stage, they're going to be sharing the true heart of what is chiropractic. And these guys have given more than you could ever imagine to them, to their clients, to their chiropractic community in their own countries. And right now they're coming all the way to Australia to bring the same message. So there's going to be the most out there, crazy, ridiculous amount of fun, but also confronting seminar you'll ever go to. So from the fact that they're going to get on stage talking in languages and using some kind of words that we're not used to hearing, but also to be able to really excite us in a way that you would not normally expect from a sit-down session. So I can guarantee you the reason why once you get there is even just for an experience, new experience, and to strap in and have some fun.
I wouldn't say I studied with BJ, but I was a student there when he was there, and 4 times a year he'd speak to our class. And I wasn't of the generation that I was palsy-walsy. I was the generation that got us on campus and BJ's.
But in all seriousness, the reason that we're doing the Innate Summit is because we truly believe that if more chiropractors are empowered and have the vision to talk about vitalistic chiropractic and the philosophy regarding vitalism with their clients, with their patients, with their people, their families, whoever, then more people in this world will be able to make better decisions, healthier decisions that will affect them, affect their own health and affect the health of our planet. Which is important for me because now I've got kids and I want them to have kids and grandkids one day and have somewhere to live and enjoy that.
And eventually I come to the realisation that all of the things that are creating fear in my body for reaching and stepping forward into the dream that I want are much less fearful than not creating the dream that I want. Like, not living to your potential is far worse than all of the other shit that's going on through your head about stepping out, stepping forward and being the chiropractor or having the practice that you want.
I think that chiropractors should be very well tuned. They should be very well educated. They should have a great respect for this body and what it does. They need to know what's going on.
They should know, being able to measure body chemistry. They can do blood work and determine blood work, urinalysis, know what's going on, adjust the patient, monitor what's happening with the patient. I remember talking to Dr. Galen Price, who was at Palmer back in the 40s and 50s. And he said, you know, the more you know about a patient, the better you can handle them from a chiropractic viewpoint. It's not about being stupid with patients, but from our point of view, how we take care of a patient is by locating encrection vertical subluxation. If you're in school and you take a pathology class, you should be in awe studying pathology. Wow! There has to be some kind of internal program going on to make such adaptations that are taking place in these tissue cells that we call pathology. That's just a result of adaptation of a lack of light in areas, and the body adapted. You should have a more powerful, wondrous feeling that there's an innate in there. When you're in biochemistry and you find out the physiological responses to the change of gases and energies and all the things that are going in and out of a tissue cell, intelligently designed, happening every moment of time, which each individual, and as long as there's no interference in this communication system, this wonderful physiology of your body is working, and you should be taking classes, and every time you're taking classes, God, I know there's something here. This is so powerful. This is so wonderful. And you doctors, when you take care of a patient, and you make an adjustment, and you doctors, when you have a patient, and you refuse to make the adjustment, you refer the body off.
I think that so many of us graduate from different institutions, universities, chiropractic colleges, whatever it might be, and we don't really know who we are or what it is that we do as chiropractors. All the different universities we know have different courses, different seminar series teach different things. The whole idea of what we're doing and what we want other people to feel is that as chiropractors we do have an identity, and if we understand that and we're empowered by that, then we have an incredible purpose that we can share with the world, an incredible impact that we can make on the world. But myself personally, when I graduated from university, I didn't quite understand that, and it took a whole lot of extra learning, a whole lot of extra seminars, reading green books, etc., to really understand what it is that we do. And now that I've got that, I feel like I have so much more passion and purpose in my life and in my practice. So I just want to share that with other people, and I want other people to have the opportunity to experience that same burning desire to create a better future for our world.
The only thing I would be inspired to share other than that, because it's a story out of the bigness of the fellow, and this first chapter that BJ wrote about that something, it tells about his own life. But the most important thing you do is awaken to that something that was within yourself and let it become the guiding light of your life that's innate. And I think I've listened to him when he gave a talk probably in 1958. And he says, you know what, I lived a dogmatic life all my life, turned a lot of people off. He said, but what I realize at this point in my life right now, the most important thing a person can do is listen to that innate within. So that was really BJ's message. A lot of people think BJ was about chiropractic, but BJ was about living the innate life. And that's why he was involved in many industries, you know, like the radio industry, the 10th broadcasting radio station in the world, you know. He gave crystal sets out so people could hear his broadcast where he broadcast about chiropractic. So I think that the message that BJ said, the most important thing, listen to what's going on inside yourself and follow that gut feeling. If you're a chiropractor, you know that. You know what that gut feeling is? That's innate speaking to you. And the question came to BJ, I remember one time he said, how do you contact innate? Stop thinking. You know, go out on the porch, put your feet up on the railing and smoke a cigar. Go out and go do some fishing. Quit thinking and start doing.